What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another weekly review number 24 of our channel. In this review we'll talk about some crazy runners from the past week in the OTC, and as we head into the next week we can see that the OTC is getting hotter and hotter and the panic is almost over completely. We see more stocks running every day and more companies starting to release more news as the market is getting better. Before we begin, make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button. It helps the channel a lot. And now let's get right into it. The first stock of this weekly review will be the company SBES. This stock ran 400% in 2 days, which is absolutely insane because this is a very liquid stock. You can see here almost 1 billion volume in 1 day, and the day after 1.5 billion volume. You can make a lot of money on this stock, and if you were on our Discord channel you could have seen the alert the second that the update that caused this massive breakout was released, and you could have made a lot of money. Now, before I'll talk about the update itself, you should know that SBES is a shell company seeking a reverse merger. Now, the update was that the CEO of the company tweeted on its official Twitter page to all SBES shareholders, "Our team has very confident to bring great company to merge into SBES. Finalverse.com from Wei Queen is under construction. Our team is still doing due diligence with Wei Queen's team." Now, if you enter that website, you can see here that they have more than 2 million satisfied users. This is a virtual world. This is about the metaverse. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you can see here blockchain native NFT assets and Finalverse native identity, which says, in order to receive a digital native asset, one must first obtain a metaverse native passport. So this is a merger, a reverse merger about a company in the metaverse and the blockchain and the NFT sectors, which are the hottest sectors right now in the OTC, in the market, and maybe even in the future overall. And that is what caused this massive 400% run on a liquid stock. Now you can see that the stock closed at the price of 0090 and it pulled back a little bit, and it's important to remember that the merger was not finalized yet. It is not closed, and only after the merger will be closed we can expect much more price action from this stock. So keep your eyes out for SBES. And from here we will move on to the second stock of this weekly review, and that stock is ICOA. We did a full cover, a full due diligence, a full review on ICOA last week. So if you haven't watched it yet, go to the description and watch the video. The link is down below. And just like we talked about that review, ICOA did change the trend of the stock and started to go up. And just like we talked about on the last review, ICOA tweeted the following: ICOA BGBF closing, official announcement PR Monday, and a little animation of the BGBF done. So just a quick reminder, this is a $240 million worth of acquisition because they own 5,000 bitcoins, and this will be the stock that I personally will be looking at on Monday to see how it reacts to the news. Will the stock break the 013 resistance, or will it crash down because of sell the news? We will find that out on Monday. Now let's move on to the third company of this weekly review, and that stock is PRMO, which was also covered in our channel. But for those of you who are not familiar with PRMO, PRMO is a custodianship by Small Caps Compliance, which is in charge by Rhonda Keaveney. It is a pink current information stock with no dilution, waiting for a reverse merger. Now, the reason for the 55% rise in 1 day with 540 million volume is due to the fact that Rhonda Keaveney was also in charge of the reverse merger for the company ENGA. Now let's go to ENGA chart for just 1 second and see what happened over there. And you can see here that the stock ran in just 3 days about 900%, which is absolutely insane. This is a low floater stock. We also covered this stock back on our channel. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to go to one of the weekly reviews and see the ENGA review. And the merger was officially closed during those days, and the stock ran almost 1,000%, and from the day one that the whole story began, it ran, let's see, 4,200%, which is absolutely nuts. So if we go to PRMO and we compare the fact that ENGA ran 4,000% on a reverse merger because of Rhonda Kiveny, you can expect her to do the same with PRMO. The only difference is the float. PRMO is a much heavier stock. You need much more volume, and you can see here that 540 million volume moved the stock 55%. So it will be very interesting to see what Rhonda can bring to PRMO and how far will it run. Right now it is sitting at the 0011, which is kind of a resistance for that stock, and if we break that resistance, we can go to the 0014, and maybe we will even see higher highs. And just like SBES and most of the stocks that are running in the OTC, PRMO was also called on our Discord channel when it was at the 0006 and 0007. You could have loaded as much as you wanted and enjoy a liquid 55% run, and maybe even more as we head towards next week. From here, we will move on to the fourth stock of this weekly review, and that stock is SNMN. So SNMN ran 120% from the lowest of the low that the stock reached for the past few months, which was 0009, and that was due to the market panicking and the market sell-offs all over the place, and from that point onward the stock went up. For those who are not familiar with SNMN, SNMN is an entertainment and media holding company in the business of acquiring and developing a variety of businesses in these sectors. Now, the main updates from this company happened on December 14th to December 17th, and these updates were from their Twitter page, saying that news on SNMN revenue models for 2022 coming soon. 2 days later, they tweeted, "Look for national news update. Great things on the way." And on the same day, you can see right here the much volume that came in, about 85 million volume in one day, due to that tweet and due to the news that followed that tweet. So you can see that the news were the anticipated several revenue streams from early 2022. And you can see here that they have 4 subsidiaries. One of these subsidiaries is at the crypto art division, which is also a strong sector in the OTC and overall. But what I find most interesting in these news is the following quote from Troy Lohman, the CEO of SNMN. "In the coming weeks, we will detail all our progress on each of the projects, including a potential acquisition." So he is talking about a potential acquisition that will come most likely in the early 2022. And if that's not enough, they tweeted 1 day later, "Things on the move. Look for more national news soon. Stay tuned and don't miss it." So this news leaves us with anticipation only. We do not know what the news will be. We know that it'll be national news, and they said don't miss it. So I personally don't want to miss it, and I will keep my eyes out for SNMN. Now let's move on to the final stock of this weekly review, and that stock is ARGQ. That stock ran 100% intraday, and that run was caused from one tweet alone from the company, which said ARGQ management in London, possible merger on the table. So only the fact that they said that there is a possible merger on the table caused the stock to run 100% intraday with 85 million volume. Now ARGQ is a low floater, about 350 million float, so it does not need much volume to move fast. They also tweeted 1 day later that ARGQ management to continue negotiation in London until mid next week, January 2022, looking like a tentative deadline. So you can see that the stock pulled back to the 0054, and you know that until the mid of the following week the management is continuing the negotiation in London, and they might even close the merger. So if you are not following ARGQ Twitter page, make sure to go and do so, because if they tweet that the merger was completed or signed or anything about a progress with the merger, you can expect an even higher price action from this stock. And that was it about the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and join our Simple Trade Discord community if you have yet to do so you don't miss the runners, you don't miss the opportunities, you don't miss the alerts, and most of all, you won't miss the value that the moderators and that the community and that Pennywell himself bring into the community. Once again, thank you for joining, and I wish you all a green and a profitable week.